I am Supreme, and thank you for tuning in to message number 35 of Chosen Oracle Messages. I know I keep changing the name. I think I'm going to stick with this name from now on, Chosen Oracle Messages. However, I've stuck with the fact that these messages are for the chosen. So, starting off with the fishing rod. I have stuck with the fact that these messages are for the chosen. So, with that being said, I wanted to try to create a name that will resonate more with the chosen because this side of my channel is going to reach out, well, has been reaching out to that energy of people. We all have the capacity to be chosen. Okay, we just have to understand what being chosen is all about because it is a choice as well. Okay, now we are chosen because we are here to prove to the world that God, Spirit, the universe is real, and it is our responsibility, okay, to allow that power and energy and spirit to mature in us so we can take back our rightful place in the world. Okay, nobody's coming back to save us. Okay, so that means we have to grow up. We have to step to the plate. We have to take the wheel. Okay, so you have to take the wheel back from whoever you gave the wheel to. Okay, so for example, a lot of popular individuals behind the wheel of a lot of people's life is Jesus Christ. You know, we're quick to say, Jesus, take the wheel. You know, but what about you taking the wheel? Who are you? You got to know who you are. Okay? Because you don't want to put anybody behind that wheel that is not you. And we all know by now, just Jesus guy, whoever he is, not coming back. But what we do know, you know, not to bash Christianity, but what we do know is we've come to an understanding that there is something coming back, and it's coming back through us. So that means we have to take the wheel. So over here on this channel, we're going to be learning how to drive, being that we took the wheel. We're going to be learning how to drive. So starting off with the fishing rod, okay? Shouts out to all of my viewers and subscribers. Thank you for being patient with me. I am back. Okay. Life has been lifing. Okay. I've created some new decks however, this message deck, we're going to use that one. The staircase and the fishing rod. This is going to be a good message. Life has been lifing. Okay. But I have been creating some decks that will, help me channel different messages, frequencies, energies, vibrations. Okay, so we're going to get to it. Glad to have you here, especially for all my newcomers too. Also, visit the other two channels that I have. Okay, Astro Oracle Investigations, which I will link in the description below. On that side of my channel, I solve cold cases. That's right, I crack cold cases. I use my psychic gift and my creativity to tap into the ethers to find missing men, women, and children. Okay, I solve murders, unsolved mysteries. Y'all ought to go over there and see it for yourself. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button over there as well as over here. So you'll be notified when I drop my investigations and my chosen oracle messages. Also, I have a third channel, Circles of Life, which will also be in the link in the description below. On that side of my channel, I will be doing free astrological readings for every sign. Each video that I drop is a reading, a timestamp reading. So you're able to go click on your reading without watching the whole entire 50 to 60 minute video. Yes, each video will be catering to every sign. So you will get free readings over there. Okay. And the title of those videos will be the question that will be answered in that reading. I do money readings. I do health readings. I do career readings, all of that. Gonna have a lot of fun over there. Okay? So go to Circles of Life. I linked it in the description below as well. Now let's get to this chosen oracle message. The fishing rod and the staircase came out. Okay? Now, when the fishing rod comes out, I'm speaking to people where you got to learn how to fish. Being chosen, we are fishers. I know Christianity has always said we are fishers of men. This is not a Christian channel. But however, the fishing rod did come out, and I remember being taught that we are fishers of men. Now, what this is saying to the chosen is that there are two groups of people. One is those who buy fish from others, who get fish from others. And there are the other ones who fish for the fish that people get from others. This message is to teach you how to fish. We are learning how to fish, being chosen. We are no longer running after everybody else's fish. There is an old school saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you give him the power to feed himself for a lifetime. Knowledge is power. The greatest thing you could ever give someone is knowledge. Knowledge is greater than giving someone money, because when you give someone knowledge, you give them power. Teaching someone how to fish is greater than giving them fish. Teach them how to fish. We are chosen. We're taking responsibility for our own life. So we have to know how to fish so we can feed ourselves, take care of ourselves. Now, what does this mean in everyday life? First, let's talk about the medical field. Taking care of yourself so you don't become a victim of the doctor. Not saying that the doctor is bad. Not saying that medication is bad. What I'm saying is that you are the source of your sickness. So you got to stop running to the doctor. And it's time to grow up and tap in to understand the energies, frequencies, and vibrations that are keeping you sick. These low vibrational energies, frequencies, and vibrations that keep us sick. We're no longer running to medication. We're learning how to heal ourselves. The fishing rod is in our hands. You're learning how to fish. You're no longer going to get fish from others when you are hungry. If you are sick, we're no longer running to the hospital to get medication. We know how to heal ourselves. We know how to feed ourselves. Healing yourself involves keeping your mind in the right place so your energy doesn't go places where it should not be, because wherever your energy goes, it's going to grow, manifest things. It's going to manifest people, places, and things. See, energy works in a mysterious way, but it's always working. It's always working. We have to learn how to direct that energy. That's why you got to take the wheel back. Because religion, the medical field, the educational system, and the political system, we all know, is staring us, driving us crazy. You know it, and I know it. So now, the fishing rod is in our hands. It's in your hands. It's time to take back your energy that you gave to the doctor and medication and heal yourself. It's time to take back your education and educate yourself with truth. Truth of who you are as God having a human experience. It's time to take your energy back from the altar of Christianity, from the altar of Islam, from the altar of Catholicism, from the altar of all of these religions that teach you to bow and wait. No, we don't bow and wait for fish. We get up. We stand upright. We learn how to walk on our own 2 feet, carrying our own fishing rod. The staircase. One step at a time. One step at a time. One step at a time. You see the stars? That's where I'm going to be pulling from now on. Getting creative with these messages, but they're always going to come through because I am a high-ranking psychic. So none of my messages ever fail. I am a channel. I am a channel for universal forces to speak, and I give the universe a language. I created all of my oracle decks from scratch because they want to charge me $4,000 and $5,000 to get my shits made professionally. No, I'm good. I'll stick with doing it from scratch because the message is the message, and this is as beautiful as the message is going to get. Okay, artistic and all of that. We good. The message is the fishing rod, the staircase. Okay. Now I know there are places where I can go to get an actual vision of a staircase on here to make it seem more artistic and beautified. And pretty soon it'll happen. You know, there are places that'll print out a fishing rod card for me to be more creative and more artistic and more, glamorous. But until then, the fishing rod, the staircase, the message. Right. Simple. Because it works. And when you know you work, you're not really concerned with trying to beautify everything. This is beautiful. This is going to get. Because we don't want to distract ourselves from the message. You have a lot of readers out here, got some beautiful decks. Okay. But they have bad signal. And I'm not down talking any readers. Okay, but what I am doing is exposing people that should sit the fuck down because you're dealing with something very serious. And we're out here trying to wake up and learn for real. We need people with good signal. So, I want to see what's going to come out. I'm not going to pull all of these cards at once. I'm going to pull from the stars and see what come out as I'm talking. But yeah, one step at a time. We're going to use that one. All right, we got water. Water in the Northeast. Water in the Northeast is that somebody who I'm talking to, you're emotional right now because of this message and what I just explained to you about the fishing rod and the staircase, it's time for you to grow up. So what it is you're feeling emotional because you're in a situation right now where you're at the mercy of making sure you keep the same energy for the people who are helping you. This could be the church. This could be people in your family. This could even be people that are helping you with employment. Now, when you start to grow up, your energy is going to change and people are going to feel some type of way. That's why water came out. In the Northeast and on the Northeast hemisphere of your energy. Okay, so just listen to the message. You're feeling some type of way. You're feeling like, if I start growing up, I'm going to lose my job because people are going to recognize the change. Of course they are. But what's going to happen? Nothing never dies. Everything is always changing. Nothing doesn't stay the same. So when you start to grow, of course people are going to change because now your energy, this growing energy in you and this change, which is something we're supposed to do, never let nobody make you feel guilty about change. I don't care how much power you think they have over you. You may be staying with somebody right now that you feel like, look, I can't afford to grow right now because if my energy changes, this person is going to switch up on me and then I'm going to be out in the street. No, what's going to happen is you're going to change. The people may switch up on you, but whoever switches up on you is not supposed to be in your life anyway. You want them. You want the universe to move them out of the way. Your own energy is going to do that without you having to unalive somebody, without you having to cause drama and confrontation. peacefully. That's why all growth takes place from within. You got to tap into the energy. You got to let the energy do the work. The energy is God. You got to let the energy do the work. Because if you do the work, you're going to end up unaliving somebody and hurting somebody just so you can get them out your life. And you don't want to go down like that. Let the energy do the work. Okay? You got to do your part and continue to grow. Don't feel bad about this situation. All right? Now, we have Earth in the south, upside down, in reverse. We have Earth in the south, in the southern hemisphere of our energy. The southern hemisphere of our energy represents where we come from. Okay, how we grew up, where we come from, how we are coming up, where we currently maybe are right now before we begin to grow. Okay, this came out in reverse. Earth represents your living situation, what I was just talking about. Earth represents your living situation. This came upright because it's what this is saying is that there are some people that when you start to grow, you're on the right track. These people that switch up on you and they just may, that's all right. Let them, because your living situation is about to change. Okay. Because Earth in the south is upside down. So there will be some things that'll be turned upside down. Earth represents your money, your material situations and circumstances and material possessions involving your home, your car, your money. Earth represents the physical world, period. Okay? So there's a lot of things that are going to change because you're growing. You want them to change. Remember, the fishing rod is in your hand. It's not going to be a smooth road learning how to fish. Growing hurts. It's called growing pains. It hurts. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Just like when you're a baby learning how to walk on 2 feet. And if you have kids, you know what it's like to teach your child how to walk. You don't just pick the child up and put them on their 2 hind legs and then they just walk and never fall. And neither will you. You're not going to pick up your fishing rod all of a sudden. And now you're a fisher and now you're never going to mess up. It don't work like that. Practice makes perfect. One step at a time. This is a staircase of situations or circumstances that you have to move up. You're coming from the south. You're coming from the southern hemisphere, moving up to the north. The things going on in the southern hemisphere of your energy is going to be turned upside down. These things are from the earth, physical things. Okay? Physical, material, money, all of that will be turned upside down because you're moving up to the north. You're growing up. You're growing up. And there's nothing wrong with growing because we all are supposed to grow up. You will lose people, places, and things. That's a part of growing. But you will grow into new people, places, and things. So don't feel like, well, I can't grow. Don't dumb yourself down so you can keep that job. We have a spirit in the east. This is a bad spirit. This spirit is something that's attached to everything that you think you are right now. There is a bad spirit attached because this spirit in the east, the eastern horizon, represents everything that you say you are. There is a spirit that is influencing everything that you say you are. And this is a bad spirit. But it has masqueraded as an open arms giving spirit, a spirit of forgiveness, a spirit of come into my arms. I accept you as you are. Sounds familiar? I'm going to let you say it. I'm going to let you say who this spirit might be. But there is a bad spirit that's attached to everything that you have been saying that you are. And it's time for you to change what you say. The best way to start is to take back your energy from any spiritual force that does not line up with you being God, having a spiritual experience. Tell yourself that. I take back my energy from every spirit that has caused me to bow down to a God, knowing that I am God, having a human experience. And I now resurrect and stand up on my own 2 feet. Rewind that part and write it down if you need to. But say that to yourself in the mirror. Because this bad spirit is affecting the man in the mirror. It's affecting who you say you are based on how you were raised from the South, based on how you were raised, based on how you were raised to get money, based on how you were raised to take care of yourself. That's right. We learning how to walk on our own 2 feet over here. We learning how to walk on our own 2 feet over here. We don't serve God over here. We get up and we walk, and the universe serves us. The universe serves where our mind is, where our spirit is, and what we say. You can't afford to bow down. You got to keep your eyes on the road. You can't afford to give nobody the wheel. You got to take the wheel and keep your eyes on the road. One more card. Fire in the east. That's right. Let that fire start. Look, this bad spirit in the east is replaced by fire. That's right. You on fire now. Fire in the east. This fire is a burning fire, and it's going to give you life. Fire can give you life, or it can burn everything down. This fire is giving you life. Okay? This fire is giving you new life to your image. Just like what I said. Rewind that part of what I said about taking your energy back from those spirits that have caused you to bow down. Name those spirits. You know what those spirits' names are. I don't have to tell you. You know what you were taught to bow down to. Now it's time to get up and look that spirit in the eyes, in your spirit, and say, I take my energy back from so and so, from such and such, because I am God having a human experience. And let the chips fall where they may. I promise you, the universe will never land you in the street without. Only you can do that. Because you're not thinking correctly. You're not see, you could be thinking in ways that other people have power over your thinking. This is why they put us in school for 12 whole years, so they can have power over your thinking. But when you start standing up for yourself, nobody has power over that, because nobody's behind that wheel but you. You got to learn how to steer that wheel correctly. And that is message number 35. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you'll be notified when I drop my chosen oracle messages.